10 ways to tell if a man is falling in love with you. With a man, you can usually tell when he's in love with you, but some men are different and do not give off signs that are obvious. Here are some ways that men will show their love. Number 1. He asks you about the future. When it comes to understanding men who are single, many of them try to live and plan for themselves. When he is asking you about the future, this can be a definite sign that he wants to have a life with you. Number 2. How do you see a guy fall in love with you? By literally seeing him. Both men and women fall in love by looking into each other's eyes. Of course, socially awkward guys may avoid eye contact, so it does depend a little bit. Number 3. He will go out of his comfort zone for you. When it comes to love and relationships, men who fall deeply in love will be less afraid to try new things. A guy who doesn't travel much may want to travel with you more. He may want to get on that ride he's afraid of. Love doesn't mean you should force someone to leave their comfort zone, but many guys will do it organically. Number 4. When you see a man fall in love with a woman, he will typically refer to you as we. This means that the man thinks of you as a single unit, which is something he may not do with a lot of women. Number 5. The man isn't afraid to talk about his mental health. When it comes to mental health, some men keep it a close secret, whether it's because of society or because the man is afraid. However, the man may feel comfortable expressing his mental health to you. This isn't to say that you have to be the man's mental health therapist, but it is a sign that he loves you. Number 6. When guys fall in love with you, they may drop everything they do to talk to you. This isn't to say that you shouldn't give a man time to enjoy his hobbies, but it means that he'll stop what he's doing, typically, and talk to you. Number 7. When you see a man fall in love with you, he will typically improve his optimism. If he's naturally optimistic, then you may see more than usual. However, even if a guy is as pessimistic as possible, guys fall in love with more optimism than usual. Number 8. The sex is great. When guys fall in love with women, typically they'll want to please them even more. Also, while the sex is awesome, when guys fall in love with women, they'll want even more. Number 9. He'll talk about you a lot to his friends and family. When guys fall in love, it means that you'll be talked about favourably. In contrast, when you see a man fall in lust, they may just talk about the sex or not mention you at all. But men don't fall in love typically without telling someone. Number 10. When guys fall in love, they'll do anything to make the woman happy. This isn't to say that a man has to sacrifice his own happiness to make the woman happy, but it means that the man will want to do more to make you happy. How long does it take for a man to fall in love? On average, it can take a man a few months, around 88 days, before he's in love. Of course, it depends on the man. A younger man may fall in love faster, while an older man may take a while. For example, teenage puppy love can be one reason why this happens. If a man has been burned in a relationship before, he may not fall in love as fast. It all depends at the end of the day on the individual. Of course, it's also possible for a man to think he's in love, but he's experiencing another emotion, such as lust or something else entirely. Check your emotions beforehand and make sure you're in love. What does love feel like for a man? While women tend to fall in love slower than men, men don't fall in love without experiencing a torrent of emotions. For a man who has fallen deeply in love, it can make a man feel like he has found someone who he can be himself around. Men aren't typically people to open up, and men aren't willing to share their life with everyone. but with someone they are in love with, the experience feels magical. When guys fall in love, they will want to talk to the special someone no matter what. Guys fall in love when they stop everything they are doing to speak to the person they're talking to. When you see a man fall in love, he will want to do anything it takes for the woman to feel safe. For men to fall in love, they may express it through affection, which is important for both sexes. However, when guys fall in love, they express much more affection than with most other relationships. Men who don't fall in love and who are experiencing a casual relationship may lose interest once the passion is gone. There is no deep connection and no signs of the man wanting anything more. Many men don't fall in love with every woman they meet, but once guys fall in love, the feeling is much different. What are the signs of true love? Being such a nebulous term, it can sometimes be hard to know what the signs of love are. When you see a woman or a guy fall in love, what are the signs? While women fall in love differently than men, and vice versa, there are several signs that can apply all across the board regardless of your sex or sexual attraction. Here are some of them. When men and women fall in love, they will typically feel themselves around each other. With our family, we have to be a little different. You don't typically talk the same around your grandma as you do your friends. Even with your friends, there may be something you keep as a secret. However, when a woman and man fall in love with each other, they typically will feel and be themselves. When you see a woman or man fall in love with someone, they will typically be more open to experiences. Women and men don't fall in love with someone who they'd step out of their comfort zone for. However, when you see a woman or man fall in love, they will typically try out more things than you expected. As cliché as it sounds, when you see a woman or man fall in love, they can't get each other out of their heads. When you're in love, you're always thinking about the person when you're separated. Men don't typically think about a casual relationship a lot, and the same with women. You're extremely empathetic with your partner. Some men don't show too much empathy towards anyone, but when you see a man fall in love with someone, they may start to grow extremely empathetic, and they may want to be the person who will be there for their partner no matter what. Women and men don't usually fall in love with people who they cannot plan a future with. When women and guys fall in love, they will think about the future and share those ideas with one another. This isn't to say they will be planning for kids in the first month, but they may imagine getting a house and experiencing life with this person. Women and men don't typically accept flaws from anyone. However, when women and guys fall in love, they'll love someone flaws and all. This isn't to say that they don't want to see improvement, but they still love someone just the way they are. Do guys fall in love faster? Yes, men fall in love faster than women tend to. Of course, this is on average. There can be men who fall in love at a slow pace, and women who get love-struck immediately. However, on an average, men fall in love faster. There can be many reasons to explain this. Some men do not question their emotions as much, so it's easier for them to admit they are in love. For many men, it's also harder to be in a relationship, so that's another reason why men fall in love faster. And some men may have less of an active love life. Another reason why women don't fall in love as fast is because they may have been burned in the past. If you're a woman looking for a man in your life, seeing the man fall in love first may help you to make sense of your own emotions. Just take your time. Why is falling in love scary? When people tend to fall in love, it usually brings forth positive emotions. However, no matter how open to love you are, you may feel some fear. Why is this? There are a few reasons why this may be, including the fear of commitment. Men tend to be more afraid of this concept, but both women and men can feel it. If you've always been a free spirit, the idea of falling in love can be scary. The fear of losing one's identity. Some people change after they fall in love. Not everyone, of course. However, one reason why men don't fall in love is because they are afraid of a change in personality. You've been burned in the past. If you've had a previous relationship in your love life that's hurt, it can be a challenge to fall in love again. Even if you haven't, the idea of potentially getting your heart broken can be terrifying for some people. You're afraid of rejection. If you're a man, then you should know that men fall in love faster than women in many cases. If the woman hasn't fallen in love yet, then you may wonder if you'll get rejected. These are just some reasons why you may feel afraid of love. If these feelings continue, do not be afraid to talk to a therapist. What do men want in a relationship? It depends on the man, but generally men tend to want the same things in a relationship as women do. When men fall in love, they want someone who will understand them and will be there for them through thick and thin. Men tend to want a relationship where both people work together for a common goal, such as buying a new house, working out, or doing something else that makes them feel complete. Men don't fall in love with people who won't give them their basic relationship needs, and may fall out of love once a relationship becomes needless. How long does it take a man to know he wants to marry you? According to one study, it can take, on average, a man or woman 6 months before they decide if someone is marriage material. However, these are merely averages. Everyone is different. Some men don't fall in love as fast, and it may take them years before they'll want to marry you. Meanwhile, other men fall in love quickly and will be popping the question within a month or so. The important thing is that you don't rush marriage. It's a big commitment, no matter how fast you may fall in love. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons and leave a comment below this video to let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment below this video to let me know what you would like to see next and what type of videos you want me to create for you. I will be able to respond back to you as soon as possible. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.